Robin Barrow is the first openly gay Army Ranger, and Carl Higbie is a former Navy SEAL. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you. Let me get your thoughts on this. Robin, let me start with you. What was your reaction when you saw this morning?
Shock and horror. As part of the LGBT services in the military, I really couldn't believe this. One thing that I have to say that I love about our military is that it is essentially a giant melting pot of all different races, religions, socioeconomic backgrounds, and we always are able to see beyond those differences and accomplish one goal, which is defending our country and fighting the common fight. We have been taught and trained, it's been beaten into our heads to look past these differences. This right now is dividing us, and frankly, I'm concerned for the over 6,000 currently serving trans troops that we have, and I worry what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, that's an outstanding question. The White House wasn't able to answer it today. What it means for those who are currently serving, are they supposed to pack up and come home? Is that the directive that they're being given? Carl Higbie, what do you think?
Well, I think that sometimes we make personal choices that affect our career opportunities, and this might be one of those cases. The first thing I want to address here is, look, the military's job is to put bullets in bad guys. If you think adding an additional variable like transgenderism, whatever that is, to an already stacked against us fight, it doesn't help. If you can answer the question honestly, how does adding transgenders to the military help us defend the United States of America? I'm happy to have that conversation, but the fact is that it doesn't. This is not a social experiment. The military is there to defend the United States, not anything else. It's not a time for you to try new things that might be fun.
Carl, I have never been in battle. You have, and I respect that greatly for both of you. So, feel free to jump in here, but the same conversations were heard when African Americans entered the military, when women entered the military, that it was all about all being the same, and that was a problem that could not be overcome. Why is this any different?
It's different because, look, transgenderism is not an actual thing. It's a mental dysfunction. You are born a guy or you're born a girl. Period. You can change, you can add or subtract anything via surgery you want, but the fact of the matter is you are still a guy or a girl as you were born. This is something that adds a totally new dynamic. We have two genders right now. We've done away with the race thing because, as you mentioned before, the race thing has been done away in the military. But we have two genders right now. You start adding a half male and half female.
But the fact is that, and Robin, you can jump in here. I mean, there's already, the estimates range from 7,000 to 11,000 that I read today, people who are already serving. Now, there's a distinction that needs to be made here, whether or not you're in the middle of this process, whether you're undergoing surgery. If there are medical reasons why you cannot be there, and no one should necessarily expect that these surgeries should be paid for by the military. Robin, do you agree with that part of this?
Bingo. Yes, and I'm so glad you asked. I have already been briefed on this entire process. The military forces have already gone through. 100% of the troops have been brought up to speed on the integration of trans troops. So we already have been briefed that this is a medical procedure. Let me finish. This is a medical procedure. This is not a mental illness. You see a medical doctor. They prescribe medicine. The military pays for the medication just like you would for any other illness. They do not pay for the surgery, but they pay for the medical condition to treat gender dysphoria, which is a medical condition. Just
it's worth pointing out that when asked, and we don't have time to play this soundbite right now, but General Mattis at his confirmation hearing said, frankly, Senator, I never cared much about two consenting adults and who they go to bed with. And he's indicated in a number of ways, Carl, that he was okay with this program moving forward.
Yeah, look, I have no problem. If you want to be transgender in your own time, go ahead. But here's the fact. When I came back from Iraq in 2009, I have skin cancer in my family, so I wanted to get tested for skin cancer. The military wouldn't pay to send me to a dermatologist, but now they're going to pay for people to be transgender? That just doesn't make sense. It's on the backs of the American taxpayer, and that's what I'm not okay with. Do whatever you want on your own time. Don't put it on the backs of the military, and certainly don't make us conform, because many of the military members that I've spoke to, actually all of them, don't support this policy.
All right. We got to leave it there. Robin and Carl, thank you very much.